What's up, guys? Check out my bike. So this is a 2019 450X, and I want to do a little video of what we're going to do to it today. So right here, I got a Yoshimura full exhaust system for it. I don't even know what it looks like because I haven't even opened it up yet. And then the next thing that we're gonna do, when I can find where I put it, here it is Champion Adventures. They gave us a little kit to get rid of some of the extra parts that you don't need. So yeah, I'm gonna get this thing up on the stand and do a small little exhaust blip video for you guys, and then do this whole thing and tell you what I thought of the process and see what this thing sounds like when it's on it. So pretty excited. These are going to be the first two things I do to the bike, and then obviously I got some other stuff in mind and richening the bike up and stuff too. I'm going to do some ECU stuff in the future here, but yeah, not too many videos out there of the 450X, only of the L, and I don't want to ride on the street with the rest of these guys. Not these people riding bikes, but everybody else that drives here in Southern California. So I opted to get the X, so that temptation's not there. And I also get a little bit nicer tires out of the box, since I am only going to use it for off-road. And headlights not as cool, but you know, that's okay. And I don't have some of the extra little things. And hey, look at, actually this was my first customization here during our little earthquake. I was setting a sag on the bike, and let's just leave it at that. Yeah, right after the earthquake I dropped my bike, and just barely dropped it, very slowly, because I thought the kickstand was down. And there you go, got a little shorty lever. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's hear what it sounds like. You get the idea. Sounds like a Prius, and nobody likes how a Prius sounds. No one's ever said that Prius sounds good. So we're gonna get rid of some of the stuff in here, right there. This little reservoir for the oil. And then we're gonna make it to where the coolant is always circulating through the bike. So shave a little bit of pounds off it and clean up the engine and let some air kind of circulate around this area a little bit better too. Eventually we'll do what everybody does here because we want to fit in and be cool. And yeah, so I opened up a little kit that they give us here, and we got our modified piece in here. This right here I like, because they took the time to modify this and tap it and everything, so that way they could put the screw inside. That's a very clean, nice idea there. And what I like inside of there is that you can see the screw go all the way through. It's, you know, it's the right length, and that keeps all of the fluid from going into that area. So, you know, some of the competitors' kits that you can get cheaper actually just leave this piece out. And let's go over to the bike. They leave this piece out here, right where my finger's pointing, and they just throw a hose piece with a cap. So that might work just fine, but this was engineered to be a little bit cleaner than that. Also, you're going to notice here that this has a little more of like a straight line, and you're going to notice when we put this on, this hose is going to pretty much have a straight line to it, versus, you know, some of the other kits I've seen kind of come out and up. And everything this kit has is going to be accomplished the same way, you know, from some of the competitors and stuff. It's just, in my opinion, engineered a little cleaner. So it just depends what you want to do. Like, I really like the way that's machined, and I like the coating that's on it and everything. So I opted to spend a little bit more money. Once you send the original one of these back, it's $95 difference from the one other company I've seen that did these. But you know, I got to talk to, well, I'll look at it right here, Colton at Champion Adventures, and you know, they weren't looking to do any more promotional stuff. So, you know, I'm not really going to try and sit here and sell this kit for you guys. But I will tell you that he was cool, and out of San Diego is another shop that makes these, and he took a lot of time to talk to me. He was really informative too. I found out that a lot of this stuff is the same. They just opted to plug this out, you know, to put a little cap on the end of it, you know, and use the same piece where you don't have to send stuff back, which, you know, for Champion Adventures, you know, it adds more of a, I don't want to say a headache, but I mean, it adds more work. So with more work, you know, you got to make more of a profit. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense business-wise. And then this, you know, does it need to be in two pieces? You know, I'm not an engineer. I don't know. You know, but I know two pieces would probably be easier to make. And this is in one piece, and I like the fact that the two holes where the screws are going to be going through to secure these, it's going to allow it to, in my opinion, seal better. But it may not need, you know, it may not need both of them, you know. But with these bikes, you don't get to torque these things down like you normally would because it's an aluminum head. So I really like the fact that this is all in one piece. So hopefully, hopefully everything goes smooth when I do the install now. And you know, this hose and everything looks like it's in pretty good shape. I like that it's flexible. It doesn't seem cheap. It seems like it'll hold up. So overall, like, looking at the quality of everything that's in these bags, I really like it. You know, here's some of the other packaging material and stuff it comes with. Whoops. And then a return label for your stock one of these to send back, and they'll send you your 40 bucks back. So all in all, it's about $95 plus tax, the difference. But either way, I think that you guys would be very happy getting this done. It's going to clean up a lot in the bike, and I'm pretty excited to do it. So I'm going to shut up now and get this done, and let you guys know what I think. Whew, it's hot. So we got the new piece on here. Get the new piece on here. So right now we're working on some of the airbox stuff, you know, and that clamp feels pretty good in there. But what I'm gonna do up here on the top is we're sliding that over. I already tried safety wire, and I wasn't satisfied. So what I did is I basically took the bottom clamp off of this piece that we're taking off here. Where'd it go? I think it's this piece here. Picked up my GoPro and lost it. So I'm gonna throw this hose clamp on this, kind of like so. And well, anyways, you get the idea. But I got tape on it because I just wanted a little extra cushion so it doesn't bite into it as much. And I've already tightened it up. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't necessarily look as clean as safety wire does, but with the safety wire on it, it started digging into the rubber. And I mean, when I took it off, the rubber's fine, but I just didn't like it, and it was still able to like slide off pretty easy. So I don't know, this seemed like a little better of a solution, so I'm gonna run with this. This seems a lot better than this or the old clamp, so I'm gonna run with this right here by itself. We're getting closer. It's looking like a real bike again. So we got rid of this whole charcoal canister, and it really looks like that. I mean, I think it had multiple purposes, but one of the hoses that came in was from the exhaust canister, the fuel, from the fuel line that's coming from the top of the tank. I'm making this stuff up now. It's hot outside. I'm allowed to make mistakes on camera and not talk right. So, anyways, whatever. I'm sure you could do more research to figure out what the hell this thing does, but it's pretty ridiculous that You know, I know that like fuel cans now have to vent and pour from the same spot, otherwise they're illegal, and now they're called utility cans. But anyway, that's the oil reservoir deal there, and then this is the like exhaust recirculation thing with a sensor. So I think that's all of it. Oh, plus this and these bolts, so that's quite a bit. And then, well, this doesn't count because a modified piece goes back, but that tiny line, in case you didn't know, like this is obviously gets cut off, tapped and everything. All that's doing, and I haven't looked this up anywhere, but all this is doing is sending coolant into the thermostat to whether, you know, to turn it on or off, because this bottom piece goes to the bottom here, and then you can see a thermostat in there just like you would in your car. So anyways, keep that in mind, and that decides whether, you know, stuff's gonna circulate or not, whatever. So, you know, my guess is, you know, to heat up bikes, you know, because these ran on the L's also, you know, maybe heat it up a little faster so you're not riding around cold if you're doing like stop and go kind of stuff, like going to the grocery store and, you know, whatever, short rides. And the bike runs more efficiently and how it's supposed to run and its normal operating range. So the faster you get it there, probably the better on the emissions too. So again, that's just my guess, but I don't know. I didn't really know too much about these bikes until like a couple months ago when I started researching them. So I'm not an expert, nor do I care to be one. So yeah, looks pretty clean right here. We got all our hoses all tightened up. Right here, I gotta take these bad boys off, and yeah, I'm gonna kill the camera, and then I'm gonna cut over to opening this Yoshimura box. I can't wait to see what that looks like. Here it is. Woo! Oh yeah, we didn't go cheap. We did the full exhaust, baby. So we got that right there. Hopefully that doesn't fall. This is the turbo. No, I think that's the spark arrestor. I don't know. Find out what that is. Or maybe a midsection, I don't know. Whatever, we'll find out. Oh, there's a spark arrestor. I was like, I didn't feel like it would have been in there, but the plastic's on it. So I'm gonna stop guessing, because dude, I'm gonna start guessing that that really is a turbo. Excuse me, a freaking turbo. This is the part that we care about. Oh, it's this baby right here. Hopefully this thing is gonna sound like a real bike now. Yeah, that other section was just kind of like a mid section, so to speak, for this. Yeah, looks like we got the header, this piece, and then obviously we got the slip-on spark arrestor. I'm gonna get all this unwrapped and start putting it on, see what it looks like. That's the old stuff. Here's the new one. Here, let's see what these look like. Yeah, the mounts are about the same at that point. So we're very slightly shorter. Plastic's there. Slightly shorter there. Not many other differences. And then same thing here. But this looks to be a little bigger in the midsection. I'm not too sure. So we got it all installed. There she is. A lot cleaner in right here. I mean, it's empty, completely empty right there. So that's nice. Mainly everything's kind of on the other side here, on the passenger side of the bike, I guess. So you got the exhaust here, and yeah, it's smoking because that's what it does when they're brand new. It sounds great. We'll fire it up for you guys, but everything's just nice and clean now, and I love it. Well guys, that's it. That sound clip right there is with the spark arrestor in there. Can't really see it, but I took out the regular insert. So got the spark arrestor insert in there. I've been looking for this little cap. A tiny bit of coolant left. Keep running it, keep checking it. Yeah, it just sounds so much better. I can't wait to get it out. So I'm gonna be riding it in the next 24 hours here, and I'm super excited, and yeah, I can't wait. This thing sounds amazing now. So glad to get all the EGR type stuff off, or whatever we want to call it. I call it that from the diesel world, but you know, all the emissions junk off. And then the next thing is going to be upgrading these clutch lever and then the brake lever. I'm going to get some ASVs in here, and then I'm going to go into the behind the headlight, and I'm going to tie off so I don't have to run the switch for, you know, to start the bike. I want to just do it with one hand. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, I don't care. I mean, I'm kidding, but yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of videos out here on this, so I'm gonna try and get you guys more content. If I get like 100 views on this, no comments, then probably not, but yeah. So here she is. I'll see you guys next time.